Today we are talking the root chakra, what it is, and what it tells us about ourselves.
Look at this glow on me. Yeah, that inner light shining. Look at this glow on me. Look at this glow on me. Oh, on me.
So, what is the root chakra? So, the root chakra is traditionally located at the base of the spine or the base of your being that connects you to the earth. It is also known as the Muladhara and is depicted as a four-petal lotus flower. In many yogic traditions, this chakra symbolizes our physical and psychological foundation. It governs safety, security, belonging, boundaries, and grounding. The four petals of the lotus flower have been interpreted in different ways throughout history. Some traditional teachings associate the petals with the mind, the intellect, the consciousness, and the ego. At the center of the lotus flower is a square, symbolizing the earth element. In sacred geometry, the square represents stability, structure, containment, and a strong foundation. Sidebar. Astrology teaches us that a square represents an aspect that is challenging or creates tension between two planetary energies. To me, this symbolism represents our limitations in the 3D realm, but it also reminds us that we are not excluded to our experience here in the earthly plane and that we ought to aim for something higher. Within this square is an inverted triangle pointing downward. So the inverted triangle represents your energy and how you should look to obtain deep roots into the earth in order to serve as the base of your foundation of spiritual enlightenment. This is why many traditional spiritual teachings teach that earth is not separate from our spiritual journey, it is the beginning of it. Other teachings suggest that the four petals represent the Dharma, which is your purpose and righteous living, the Artha, which is prosperity and material well-being, the Kama, which is desire, pleasure, and fulfillment, and the Moksha, which is your spiritual liberation. These are the four traditional aims of life in Hindu philosophy and are sometimes associated with the root chakra, although this interpretation is not traditional across all spiritual teachings. Before you can ascend the ladder, move upward towards your consciousness through your spine and expand your awareness, you must first move through the root. Think of ascension as a journey through your mind, spirit, and your body. The root chakra is your foundation for growth. In layman's terms, you cannot focus on higher things if you are hungry, have no place to sleep, or are not safe. Your body will always prioritize survival before expansion. So, here are some questions you could ask yourself and do a little journaling. Do you constantly feel like you're running out of time? Do you struggle to relax even on vacation? Do you always feel like something bad is going to happen? And do you feel guilty when you are resting? Last two hit home for me. One being that for some reason I always had a feeling that the shoe's going to drop, the shoe's going to drop, the shoe's going to drop. I was diagnosed with generalized anxiety, which means I could just literally have a thought and have a physiological response to the thought within my body that showcases the symptoms of fear. But studying this information helped me to come and realize that it wasn't just that I was anxious, it was that I was one, out of balance, two, not safe, and three, I did not belong where I was. And that's when I gathered my belongings and left. And for the last question, do you feel guilty resting? So society teaches Black women that we should always be doing, moving, giving, working, showing up, doing, giving, working, doing something. And that the option for rest is not something that we should consider. And when you think about trauma and how trauma is passed down intergenerationally, that is something that we have probably collected from our traumatic experience being enslaved beings here in this country. And so when you begin to unpack that, then you come to know and understand that it is not your job or duty to be and do everything for everyone else when you are not taking care of yourself. So that is where I am here now on this journey, teaching, but also pouring into myself all of the things that I've, thought about and wanted to learn and study. And I'm presenting them to you here now. So thank you so much if you stayed so far for the video. Stay tuned for the next video because we'll be diving deep into the associated hormone producing organ with the root chakra. And I'll give you some tidbits about that. But I would encourage you to maybe journal those questions, ponder on those questions, do some reflection. It is Mercury retrograde. That is a great time to sit and reflect about where you are right now in this current moment. So I would encourage you to pull your journal out and do some journaling on that. So yes, thank you for watching. Remember to be defiant with all due defiance. And thank you so much again for watching Sacred Seat TV.